Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play the Elder Scrolls Arena. And it's the 150th episode. Wow. Okay. Sure. Anyway. So. Transphobia in the Labour Party. Basically, Keir Starmer's stance is that 16 and 17-year-olds are too young to make the decision about whether or not they're trans, i.e. whether or not they change their gender. The stupid thing is ironically, is that it's exactly the time when they should be doing it. There's the issue of giving children puberty blockers. You know, the truth of the matter is, I mean, a lot of trans people and a lot of the therapy that trans people go through often involve undoing puberty, the physical effects of puberty. You know, they sort of undo what they go through as a teenager, and then go through a second puberty in their chosen gender. I have to say that because not all trans women actually identify as women. Non-binary complicates things hell of a lot, and I can understand and appreciate that. It's just seems a bit alien to me, but then that's probably more because of my age than anything else. And the idea, and this is the other idea as well, is that trans women and trans men, if you're changing gender, you're going from one to the other. So there has to be an inherent sense of binary there, because there has to be something different to change to, otherwise you're not trans. And the thing is, none of these are new issues. None of this is new at all. This is debates that have been going on within the trans community and outside the trans community for decades. So none of this is new. Yet, for some reason, J.K. Rowling is acting like, you know, being trans is something that only appeared in the last 5 years. It's like, hello, don't think so. I mean, we're going to take it because I can't be bothered. I mean, I've been trans. Well, I transitioned because it's like, oh, I've been trans. You know, it's not kind of the rhetoric I want to go with there. Sounds stupid, but for me, being trans is a life event. I don't want I'm only trans because I transitioned. It's not strictly an identity, but if people are going to treat me as that identity, then I need to learn to deal with it. You know, to me, I'm a woman. That's it. End of. And that's assuming I even have to think about what gender I am. Hello, doggos. Blow yourself up, thank you. No, because most of the time, I just don't think about it. There was a time when I was nervous about my gender and which set of toilets I was using, because, you know, everyone goes through that as they're transitioning. But society isn't particularly up on having people who present as people who appear to be masculine for any reason using ladies' toilets, because, you know, the idea that someone might just want to go in and pee in a place where there's individual stalls is kind of alien to people. It has to be all about sex all the time. So yeah. I mean, 5 years ago when I was bringing this up, bear in mind I'd already been trans 10 years. I'd already... and I wouldn't say I was active in the community, but I listened to what was going on enough. I mean, my ex was at the time, and that was almost 20 years ago now, was transitioning when I met her. So I learned a lot about the process from her. And also the community, because at that point when you can't find the way society is, when you can't find comfort or understanding from people around you in person, you know, you find it in people online. You go and look, you identify, and you go, yeah, it doesn't matter. That's a process that people go through. It's a big part of what it's the ring of healing. It's got no charges left. Need to pick up my thing of healing. Got 9 potions of resist fire left. It's not good. Not good at all. You know what? I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. I'm going to go and where are we going? I'm going to go to town. I'm going to recover. Not going north south. We don't want to go south. We want to go north. Yeah. I mean, the whole process of childhood is about learning to become an adult. That's the whole point. And that includes finding your role in society, including what gender you are. Because we do have gender-based roles. You know, there's no denying that. I mean, sure, some of those gender roles are outdated. For example, ideas about who should stay at home and look after children, for example. Or who should do the cooking and cleaning, or who should do what. You know, yeah, plenty of gender roles are outdated. Oh, we can't get out that way, okay. You're kidding, right? That literally spawned on me. It's why I couldn't move. So, yeah. And when people put that off, it doesn't matter why they put it off. I mean, there is a good reason why trans is with LGBT, and it's not because being trans is a sexuality. It's because when it comes to being trans, a lot of it is about how we relate to based on our sexuality. Which can be rather complicated to explain, but it's also quite simple. And it's basically your form of self-identity as in terms of in relation to your sexuality. It's like, okay, so you're straight. That means you like members of the other sex. Okay. Bearing in mind we're sticking with our binary definitions of gender here. So you've come to terms that you're straight, right? Which is fair enough. But the gender aspect of it is, okay, so are you the man or the woman? Most people don't even think about that because being cis, which literally means you're not trans, it's not an issue for you. You don't think, but it's like, okay, I've got a penis, therefore I'm a man. I mean, that is pretty much the way gender identity works. Except it doesn't always match. I mean, it's like me and my sexuality. I identify mostly as bisexual. But I prefer women. But I'm a woman myself. I don't, therefore, you know, that aspect of gender ties up with that aspect of my sexuality. You know, which means that by definition, I'm a lesbian. well, I'm not lesbian because I'm bisexual, but the point is, if I was to strictly define myself to one gender preference, it would be I'm a woman who likes women, therefore lesbian. Let's get out of here. You know, and the thing is, I came to that conclusion more or less when I was 18, when I started exploring my sexuality. I had a lot of other stuff going on, so I didn't really get to do it earlier, and before then it was all based on assumptions anyway. Because that's the thing about sexuality and gender, it's all based on assumptions, it's all theoretical until you start actually having sex. You know, until you start actually becoming sexually active, and it doesn't mean just that just you've got to have sex before you can have a sexuality. That's not it. It's like when you're expressing who you're attracted to. And like I said, I'm bisexual, so I was expressing my attraction to both, mostly to women, because that's who I was attracted to, but mostly, sadly, as a woman. One day, my friend. And basically the main reason is people tend to make assumptions. It's like, okay, I was born male, therefore I assumed that I was male, and it was like, meh. That didn't feel right. That never really felt right. I never all these ideas about what men should be and how they should act, and a great deal of toxic masculinity and stuff like that. And it's like, you know what? This doesn't apply to me. You know? And it's like, oh, okay, maybe you're just a feminist. Maybe you just believe in women's rights, you know. And it's like, well, maybe, you know. But then when I started exploring my sexuality, that wasn't quite true either. I just wasn't comfortable. You know, but because there's all these ideas about what men should be, you just kind of, well, until you know better, you just end up faking it, which is exactly what I did. I was faking being a man from this idea of what men were, which was based on toxic masculinity, you know. And it felt wrong. I discovered I was bisexual because I was just attracted, because I was attracted to men as well. There were a few instances where it would be like when I would be with a man, and interestingly enough, and this is always the strangest thing for me. I always seem to get more sexual tension from men. But then that's maybe just because men can be quite desperate, and testosterone does actually very much increase your libido. But even then it was like, but this is wrong, you know. And I've just kind of felt uncomfortable, and not that I didn't know why, I knew why. I literally put that into terms that, I prefer women. I prefer women as a woman. So let's have 75 of those. Anything else I need? Let's see. No, that looks good. Okay. I haven't got any magic items that I can have. Or want. No. Okay. But it was that process, that's the process of everyone. You just got to find. The thing is, I was sad for a long time because it was like, well, I didn't know what I could do about it. And then I was with my ex, who was going through the process. And again, I was with her. It didn't feel quite right, but I mean, she had just started transitioning. She was taking hormones that she bought off the internet. There was this, and she was drop dead gorgeous. There was no denying that. But again, there was issues because I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't comfortable with me. I was comfortable with her, I just wasn't comfortable with me. if I can read this time. You ain't coming back up, are you? No. Okay. So yeah. What we need to do is that bit in there, that bit down there, and that bit in there. Okay. Fine, we can do that. So yeah, I mean, after I broke up with, well, after we broke up, to get it accurate, wasn't the easiest situation, but I mean, because we were together for a year, that was a long time for me. And it was my first real relationship. Which was important because it let me show to myself that I could be in a relationship, that I wanted to be in a relationship. You know, my toxic masculinity, the toxic masculinity that I was exposed to, was always kind of like, you know, you've got to be a player. And that kind of how I was always treated. It's like, I'm just being nice to people I care about, friends and their friends. but apparently, you know, I'm supposed to be basically just hitting on everyone because that's what men do. And it's like, eh? What? Really? You know? Because again, that wasn't me. I was just kind of faking it. It didn't matter how uncomfortable I was because I thought that was it. There was nothing I could do. And being with my ex basically showed me that there was something that I could do. And it was shortly after that that I started transitioning. You know, and I was happy. Sometimes these days I think that, do I want to go back? You know, would life be easier if I hadn't, if I wasn't trans, if I hadn't transitioned? But the truth is, you know, the answer's no. I mean, I don't think I would detransition. Because in all honesty, transitioning is probably the best thing I've done in my life for me. You know, it's weird to explain, but for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel wrong. I was comfortable how I was. I mean, when I was with my late partner, when we were happy, I was comfortable. You know, I mean, we were planning a life together before she passed away. So yeah, and so my gender identity is fairly solid, and it's been fairly solid for the past 15 years. You know, I mean, I might not always express that, especially if I'm in a rush. I mean, Conchita Wurst winning the Eurovision Song Contest with Rise Like a Phoenix, I think it was called. And when she performed with a beard, full facial hair, and everyone loved her. You know, when that happened, that kind of gave me the confidence to stop worrying about my own facial hair. You know, I mean, I understand that it might be hard for people who see me with a beard, who don't know me. And therefore think I'm a man. It's like, okay, that's fine. I don't really care what strangers think. You know. It's not them that I worry about. It's the people that do know me. It's the people that I introduce myself to as Christina. They're turning around and saying, no, you're not. You know, then there's an issue. Although they don't outright say, oh no, you're not. You know, that's never how it is. Because the irony is most people just turn around and go, okay, fair enough. It doesn't matter to you. I mean, it really doesn't matter to them whether I'm trans or not. For most people, because it's irrelevant in that sense. You know, there may be some people who look at me and think, you know, some people may be attracted to me, some people might not be. At the end of the day, none of that really matters. Let's go up there and do that one. So yeah. So the idea that someone like J.K. Rowling can turn around and go, no, you're not. You're not who you say you are. We don't accept you. That's what it's about, isn't it? You know, I accept me and I want other people to accept me. And because it's easier if they do. That's all it is. It's easier if people accept me as I am. So less to worry about. And on the most part, people generally do. On the most part. I mean, the irony is that being trans is not a big part of my identity. Although I keep my eye on what's going on, I don't particularly care about being trans. I mean, for me, trans has always been you go from a process, you know. In my case, going from being a man to a woman. I've taken hormones, I've done all that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here. Yeah, so I've pretty much done all of that. As far as I'm concerned, I'm transitioned, and the only reason I'm trans is because I have transitioned. That's me. That's my gender identity. That's my gender identity story. That's who I am. And as far as I'm concerned, that's all done. Yet, all this anti-trans stuff is still affecting me, because even though I see trans as being trans as just this is what I did in the past and now I'm a woman, there's still people out there who are like, no, you were born a man, therefore you're a man, you can't change. And it's like, well, and you're basically turning around and saying, I can't be happy, I'm not allowed to be happy because for some reason. And that's just wrong. Especially when you look at what those reasons are. And I'll probably talk about those reasons in the next episode. So, this has been Vane doing Let's Play the Elder Scrolls Arena. If you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring me on Patreon. And until next time, goodbye.